Hello. Now I'm going to plot out some fruit trees today, in particular nut trees. I've got a couple of walnuts, a hazelnut, 2 walnuts, two hazelnuts and a chestnut. Now what I'm going to do is just kind of roughly go through with you when you're plotting out an orchard, or in this case a garden bed, or a coppice or copse, depending on where you live, of trees. Now the first thing to do really is to look at the sunlight in the area, so you need to check the indulation of the land. Now we're pretty much facing north, is pretty much this way, so the sun's obviously coming up over here, so the trees get a good amount of sunlight throughout the whole day, so no problems there. Water is close by from the tanks, so they can be watered, so that's no problem at all. And the next thing really is to take into consideration the size of the tree and the spacing, because you can get like little trees, of course, and think, oh yeah, they're small, and put them close together, but then as the tree grows, you'll either have smaller trees, because they're inhibiting each other's growth, or you can space them a little bit further apart and prune them as necessary too down the track. Now fruit trees, being most fruit trees deciduous, nut trees, sorry, you can pretty much space them how you like. So I'm just going to kind of go over it roughly with you guys. So you can see there's one tree here, and that is actually a Robinia, and I've got all smaller trees here. And the plan is to create a bit of a garden bed here, and just create like a little copse of trees. So I'm taking into consideration the growth habits of the trees and how I prune them. So hazelnuts and chestnuts, I can keep them smaller and bushier, because they'll bush out, they've got multiple limbs as such, rather than one strong stem. The hazelnuts and chestnuts, sorry, are like that. The walnuts will tend to have one main leader, and then they'll pan out from there. So what I'm going to do, I'll do the chestnuts first, alright? So this is pretty much, this will keep growing as a tree, but what I'm going to do, this is a hazelnut. I'm going to have this hazelnut roughly here, like so. Now the other one, I'll probably put around here. Now by doing that, I want to create, now you've got to take into consideration the view of everything too, how it's going to look from every direction. So these will kind of bush out nicely through here, so that's what I want. Now the walnuts are quite small at the moment, so I've got them here. So what I might do, say put one here, and one roughly here. So they'll grow up too, and then I'll have that nice bushiness around that side, okay? Now the last is the chestnut. I'll probably put that in. Being a smaller, bushier tree, probably around like that. Now you don't have to go with whatever you're doing straight away. I've spaced those out. They are fairly close, but I do want to create like a little dense pocket of woodland, basically. So put them out where you want. Then I suggest stand back and have a look and just see what you think. Now have a look at the different angles too, okay? So, you know, from one side, that side, this side, and just kind of see how it's looking. And obviously just move them around until you're happy with them, and then you can put them in from there. So I'm pretty happy with the way that's going to look. And I'll probably mulch this bed too, and I'll just create a nice shape that takes on all of them. And I might even put in a few smaller bushier shrubs as well in there. But a lot of people do kind of ask me about planting trees, location, orientation, things like that. So have a look at it first. Take into account where the sunlight's going to be in there, in that area. If you're going to be able to water them easily when they grow, they're going to get in the way. Plot them around, and then have a walk around and have a look, and kind of, you have to use your imagination to have a foresight into what the tree's actually going to grow like and what it's going to look like. So you don't want to block any views from anywhere if the tree's going to grow out, because 5 years down the track, once it's grown, you don't want to be thinking, oh, I wish I'd have put it somewhere else, or oh, it doesn't look good there. So take all that into consideration too, okay? Alright, so I just wanted to do a quick video just to explain planting things. Now this goes for fruit trees, nut trees, any kind of just general tree like birches or whatever, ash trees, blossoms, all that kind of stuff. So just plot them out, have a look, and then just keep moving them until you're happy, and then put a few in. If you've got them in the pots or the bags already, it's good, because like you can see, you can actually put them out and you can stand back and have a look, and it gives you a pretty good example of what it's going to look like. Cool. Alright. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon. Whoops.